We're at the midway point of the NFL season. Joining me to give his first half impressions, Joshua Brisco, editor-in-chief and publisher of arrowheadreport.com. Josh, what are your impressions so far of the Kansas City Chiefs through the first part of the season?
I think throughout this first half, there's an easy storyline on both sides of the ball, and I'm all about the easy storylines. Starting with the defense, I mean, that was the thing we had the most questions about coming into this year, obviously. I think that maybe the biggest storyline or the biggest positive surprise anywhere on the team is that the pass defense has been really, really excellent, even without the pass rush being dominant, which is a little bit of a brain teaser because that's what the Chiefs have invested so heavily. Frank Clark, Chris Jones, obviously. There've been some injury issues, and the offensive lines pay a lot of attention to them. So some of that blame could probably get shifted out to the other guys on that line. There's been a ton of other injuries outside of Jones and Clark on that defensive front. But they've gotten enough pressure with the pass rush, with some creative blitzes and whatnot. But really, the secondary, Tyrann Mathieu, Juan Thornhill, Dan Sorensen, Javarius Ward, Bashad Breeland, L'Jarius Sneed pre-injury, Rashad Fenton. I mean, those are all names that we've gotten very, very familiar with around here because that unit has been so excellent. So that's probably the biggest positive storyline and certainly the biggest positive storyline from the defensive side. Offensively, I feel like we're in a place we've actually kind of been before, at least for a lot of last year. The offense is really, really, really good, and it's been at absolute max capacity for like a few minutes this season, it seems. They dominated against the Jets, but it was the Jets. They had some miscues against the Panthers, but they got to figure it out. They looked really good against the Broncos. They won on the ground against the Bills because their linebackers were backpedaling at the snap and daring the Chiefs to run. So they did. So I think that seeing the team be able to take whatever the defense is offering because the offense is so talented everywhere else, that's a great thing for any offense to be able to actually take advantage of. They've been able to do that. And I think we probably haven't seen their best 2 or 3 game stretch. Also, knowing Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, and this team's goals in general, we're probably going to see that best stretch at the very end of the year.
Josh joins me on today's episode of Roughing the Kicker to talk about his impressions and what we like about the Chiefs team moving forward. You can find that full episode at smarturl.it/roughing.